I didn't vote for Obama.
Yay, it's Karen and Aaron!
No, but I actually didn't vote for Obama. I didn't vote for anybody in this past election, and I should have. I would have voted for Obama, just to clear that out, but I should have voted in this past election. The reason that I chose not to was because at the time where I was going to register, when I renewed my permit because I can't drive and got my state ID because I need that because I'm 18, I was asked if I wanted to register to vote, and I said no. And my mom really wanted me to register, but I decided not to based on the fact that I was in high school, and so basically I was really not informed about politics. I didn't have the time, or I didn't really have the diligence to just sit myself down and read through things and watch CNN and Fox and basically everything in politics. I didn't do that, and I felt like I needed to come up with my own opinion before going out to vote, because that is a big decision. I feel like everybody comes to that decision in their own way, but I felt like for me it was something that I needed to really sit down and think upon, because it does affect everybody. Even my one vote would affect everybody. But coming to college, really there is no way to avoid politics. You see political discussions everywhere. And I do have to say that colleges, at least my college, especially because we do have a large African American community here, I do feel like it is swayed more towards Democrat, actually extremely swayed towards Democrats here, but I have come across a few Republicans. The thing is, I have to say, I know nothing about politics. I still haven't really done research other than watching the Colbert Report and stuff like that, but I really don't do serious political research. I've kind of just been a bystander while all of these political arguments go on, but I have observed a few things, and I don't mean this to be offensive to anyone at all, but I have observed that Republicans basically talk about economics, and Democrats talk more about rights, human rights, animal rights, women's rights, civil rights for minorities, African American rights, that sort of thing. I see all of these arguments going on, and I see that Republicans are talking about money and the economy and how to get things better we need to do this and this and this. In the meantime, a Democrat will be talking about human rights and what we need to do to make gay marriage a thing and all of this stuff, and I see this conversation and I realize that they're not having the same conversation. I don't know, I haven't seen a Republican sit down and talk about human rights. I feel like if you were to sit a Republican down and say, hey, what do you think about so-and-so's rights? Now, putting religion aside, I feel like for the most part, reasonable people would want equal rights for everybody. But I don't see that argument. I see Republicans talking about money, and I see Democrats talking about human rights. And I myself am for human rights totally. I'm a broke college student, and I still don't know anything about money, but I really do think more about human rights. And I really don't mean to simplify politics at all by saying that Republicans love money and Democrats just love each other, but that's basically what I see when I observe people talking about politics. And I usually try to stay out of that conversation because I, one, don't really have a leg to stand on. But so much has happened in this past election, and so much is opening up for gay rights and human rights that I am just so ecstatic about about the Democrats taking over again, basically. I think that Inauguration Day and Martin Luther King Jr. Day happening on the same day this year is really something spectacular. It can remind America of a struggle that people went through, and we can see how far African Americans have come. I do think that human rights is something that will always be important to America. I really do think that this past election and elections to come will be so wonderful for the people, for everybody, for equality. I really thought this election was groundbreaking. And today, or yesterday, it kind of tied it off nicely. But I have really nothing else to say, so I am going to say I am proud to be an American. And I'm proud to be seeing this history in the making. And hopefully one day I will be part of it too. So, I will see you tomorrow, Karen.